My name is Monica Martinez. My husband Scott and I are getting ready to, exactly in 1 month, we are going to be transferring an embryo or two. We still haven't decided yet, and we keep going back and forth. But we are getting ready to do a frozen embryo transfer, and in the infertility world, we have a lot of acronyms, and the acronym is an FET. So if I call it an FET at any point, then that's what I'm talking about. I feel like it's been about a little over a year that I felt a calling to share our story with you, and I've been kind of holding back because it's hard to share something that is this difficult. It's very personal, and each story is different. There's a lot of shame involved and hurt and heartache, but there is also a ton of hope. So I am wanting to share with you guys, starting, and this not necessarily is day one for us, because we have actually, or I have been taking a whole bunch of supplements and some medication for the last month. So an FET actually usually requires 2 months to prepare for before the actual transfer itself. Last July, my husband and I underwent an IVF treatment, our second IVF treatment, and we have 2 frozen embryos, 2 chromosomally normal frozen embryos waiting for us to transfer. So we are so very hopeful, and this is year 6 for us. So if we are able to be successful, that would be such an answer to our prayers and such a blessing. So I wanted to share with you guys what we've been doing. If you are new to the infertility world, where you don't know a lot about it, it's kind of eye-opening, and it's something that I know I've just gotten to know my body, and I've learned a lot. It's, again, been 6 years, so I've gained a lot of knowledge. I don't know everything either, but I have an amazing doctor who personalized my care and is helping us to the best of her ability, and so I'm super duper excited to try it again. So anyway, for the last month, I've been taking CoQ10, and I like to take the gummies because they taste good. But CoQ10 is just overall good for reproductive health. It's supposed to, for men and women, improve fertility. And if you are preparing eggs or preparing to ovulate on your own or trying to ovulate on your own, it's supposed to also help with egg quality. So I take 2 of these every evening. I take my prenatal vitamins with DHA in them to help with fetal brain and eye development, so that's there. And then I've been taking folic acid. Folic acid is also good for women's reproductive health and the ability to help sustain the pregnancy as well. So, and then low-dose aspirin is what my doctor prescribed for me. I just have a chewable a night with all my other pills. I don't really quite understand the whole aspirin thing. Maybe I'll find out a little bit more about why, but it worked last time, so let's hope and pray, right? And then I have been, it's kind of odd, but I've been taking birth control. And I've only been taking the active days for the last month exactly. So in the evenings, I've just been taking that to help prevent ovulation. I do have polycystic ovarian syndrome, so it makes it difficult for me to ovulate on my own anyway. But the hormone is supposed to help suppress a whole lot of different things inside my body, and so this is just the typical protocol for them to have me start a whole month before, and I'll be continuing to take these daily for a while. The other thing that I've been taking, which is personalized for me, I had a miscarriage end of August of last year, but my body miscarried finally on September 15th. In January, I began lactating, which was a huge red flag to me because obviously I didn't have a child to feed, and so I kind of freaked out and called my doctor, and my doctor had just let me know, hey, come on in, we'll do a blood test. They tested my blood. My prolactin levels were really high. So they sent me for an MRI. And in March, I found out that I have a benign tumor on my pituitary gland. The benign pituitary tumor also prevents me from being able to ovulate. So it's kind of one of those things where with the PCOS or the pituitary gland tumor, my body just won't do what it's supposed to do and ovulate every single month. At I think the 3-year mark of trying, it was maybe the 2-year mark of trying, they had tested my ovarian preserve, and they had said that I had 3 times the amount of eggs a woman my age should have had, and so that was a huge eye-opener. So PCOS is one of the causes, and I've probably had this tumor on my pituitary gland for quite some time. It's just my pregnancy with our daughter Hope kind of helped brought it to light. So, she kind of is helping to guide this process along too. So I'm taking cabergoline. They're itty bitty tiny pills, and I actually have to get a new prescription because I think I'm a little bit allergic to it too, so we're trying to figure out what's best for me. But anyway, here is what I've been waiting for, and it's really odd to say, oh, I'm so excited about it, but I am, because this just means that we're one step closer. We're like almost there. So I have, when we started our fertility treatment, so this box is full of creams and medications, a gel, pills, and then this one is also full of, again, some creams and some gels, and all these lovely needles and syringes. That's going to come for later, and I'll talk to you guys about those later. I am going to be starting today, every morning, as per my lovely 7-page calendar of all my medications. I'm starting what's called Lupron, or Leuprolide acetate injection. And so I'm going to be taking that every single morning. It'll help prevent ovulation, and it will also help build the lining of my uterus. So here I have my syringes all ready for me. And then I have an alcohol prep pad and my Leuprolide. Like, my heart is... my heart's beating really fast. I'm excited. And I'm so hopeful. Ooh. Okay, so I need, just double checking on my calendar, it says for me to inject 20 units today. So I'll be injecting 20 units. Okay, there it is. Here's my alcohol swab. I am going to wipe this off first even though I know I just opened it. And now for the belly shot. Yeah, I had a piercing on the top and the bottom, and this is why you don't pierce your belly buttons, young ladies. But whatever. Live and you learn. So I'm just cleaning my injection site. And I'm going to let that dry. And I'm going to prepare my needle. It's not too big of a needle. It's a needle that's usually, the size is usually used for diabetes medication. So I put a little bit of air in it, and usually it helps to prevent any air bubbles. And I'm going to 20 units. And we don't waste this stuff like at all. I'm tapping the air bubbles out. I'm shaking just a little bit, just lightly, because I'm nervous, excited. Nervous, excited. Make up your mind. Okay. And so now I've got my 20 units. My air bubbles are all out, but I'm just double checking to make sure. And I'm pushing up just a little bit so that I have a little spot of medicine right up there. And here goes the shot. Right. I'm just re-cleaning just because. So this injection is supposed to go in your subcutaneous tissue. I'm going to squeeze it because the more I squeeze it, the more pain I feel from the squeeze, and then I won't feel the needle go in. And I don't like needles, but I've kind of gotten used to them a little bit. There it goes. I've kind of gotten used to them in the last few years. Stings just a tad. And I'm making sure that I got all my medication out. Whew, that wasn't so bad. Okay, anyway, so I will repeat that injection every morning for, gosh, it says May 5th, I'll be doing 20 units, and then every day, so until May 5th, which is next week. And then on May 6th, the day after, I will be going down to 10 units a day and adding another medication, which I'll show you at that point. So thank you very much for tuning in, sharing in with our journey. And I know it's kind of boom, here you go, here we are getting ready to transfer some embryos. We'll share our story. My husband, I'm going to try to get him on. He's definitely not as talkative about these things as I am, but if anything, if our infertility journey has taught us anything, it has been to share with others to possibly help in the understanding of infertility, and to praise God for the goodness that comes with our journey, and it has definitely helped us grow. It's helped us grow in our relationship with each other, and it's helped us grow in our relationship with God. So we'll talk with y'all soon, and
Hope you have a great day.